Was what Blake says, a conversation that she heard had taken place with Steve Sarowitz. Steve Sarowitz is the head of Wayfair Studios. He is the co-founder of Wayfair Studios, along with Justin.
In a new amended complaint in the ongoing legal battle, Lively's legal team saying the experiences of Ms. Lively and others were documented at the time they occurred, starting in May of 2023.
This wasn't just a defense. It was a full-scale offensive, a declaration of war that sent a clear message. Baldoni would not be intimidated, and he would fight to clear his name and expose the truth. The countersuit, a staggering $400 million defamation and civil extortion claim, accused Lively and Reynolds of attempting to destroy his reputation through false allegations and heavy-handed tactics. The legal battle escalated to unprecedented heights, transforming from a workplace dispute into a Hollywood showdown of epic proportions. So as this Hollywood feud rages on, we are left to ponder the true cost of ambition.
Was what Blake says, a conversation that she heard had taken place with Steve Sarowitz. Steve Sarowitz is the head of Wayfair Studios. He is the co-founder of Wayfair Studios, along with Justin. And she says in this lawsuit that, is it interesting? She says, this is what I heard, he said, but it's presented as a quote in the lawsuit. She says that Steve said, "I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas."
But the latest twist? A shocking leak of confidential HR complaints, allegedly orchestrated by Lively herself, has backfired spectacularly, exposing a desperate and calculated attempt to sabotage Baldoni's career. Now, as the truth emerges, the tables have turned, and Blake Lively finds herself facing not only legal repercussions, but also a devastating blow to her carefully constructed public image. This isn't just a celebrity spat. It's a high-stakes drama with careers on the line, reputations hanging in the balance, and a stark reminder of the cutthroat reality beneath the Hollywood glamour.
That she became uncomfortable with Justin Baldoni yesterday while she was filming. She states that Mr. Baldoni put his bare hands on her backside and said that he was trying to help her with her posture. Complainant immediately voiced her displeasure with being touched on an intimate part of her body, and Mr. Baldoni responded with, "It's fine, I'm totally hot for my wife," in a dismissive tone.
The internet erupted in a frenzy. Confidential HR reports, purportedly from the set of It Ends With Us, mysteriously surfaced online, painting a damning picture of Justin Baldoni. Accusations of inappropriate on-set behavior, whispered by unnamed actresses, echoed Blake Lively's own claims of a hostile work environment. These leaked documents, strategically timed to coincide with Lively's amended lawsuit, seemed designed to be the ultimate knockout blow. On the surface, it appeared to be concrete evidence corroborating Lively's narrative, a smoking gun that would solidify her accusations and bury Baldoni's reputation.
Dear Judge Lyman, as counsel for Wayfair Studios LLC, Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Steve Sarowitz, It Ends With Us Movie LLC, Melissa Nathan, the Agency Group PR LLC, and Jennifer Abel, collectively the Wayfarer parties, we write to advise the court of an issue that the Wayfarer parties wish to address at the upcoming conference on Monday, February 3rd, 2025.
The whispers intensified, the gossip columns buzzed, and social media exploded with outrage. Had Blake Lively finally unearthed the proof needed to expose Baldoni's alleged misconduct? Had the truth about his behavior on set finally come to light? The leaked reports ignited a firestorm, casting a dark shadow over Baldoni and seemingly bolstering Lively's claims, threatening to derail his career and solidify her position as the wronged party in this increasingly messy Hollywood drama. It was a calculated move, a brazen attempt to sway public opinion and solidify her legal position, or so it seemed.
And I think that the Justin and Blake stuff is, I think it's a big PR game, and I think that we're all the pawns of it. And also that story I gave you, that's one where I've talked to them. I feel comfortable sharing that much. Like, good luck. There's so many different groups out there.
But beneath the surface of this seemingly damning leak, cracks began to appear. Questions arose about the authenticity of the documents themselves. Dates were conspicuously redacted, a glaring red flag that raised immediate suspicions. Were these genuine HR complaints, or something far more sinister? Baldoni's camp vehemently hinted at the latter, suggesting a calculated smear tactic orchestrated by Lively's team.
He and 9 other plaintiffs, including his publicists, have brought a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, essentially alleging them of libel and false light invasion of privacy. So Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, he told BBC's partner CBS that the newspaper aided and abetted a smear campaign designed to revitalise Lively's floundering.
Then came the bombshell. Sony Pictures, the very studio supposedly in receipt of these complaints, issued a stark denial. In a public statement to Variety, Sony confirmed that no official HR complaints had ever been filed against Justin Baldoni. The studio's unequivocal denial sent shockwaves through the narrative. The foundation upon which the leaked documents stood crumbled. The very entity that should have records of these complaints stated they simply didn't exist.
Understand it, they're sort of radioactive. In one breath, Blake Lively is saying she was the subject of serious harassment during the filming of It Ends With Us, and now they're making light of it on SNL's 50th reunion show. So tonally, it does seem off, and I can imagine people just wanting to stay away from it. You're going to catch shrapnel if you get involved in this drama at this point.
This wasn't just a minor discrepancy. It was a seismic shift in the story, casting a long shadow of doubt over the legitimacy of the entire leak, and raising serious questions about who was behind this carefully orchestrated media manipulation. The tide began to turn, and the carefully constructed narrative surrounding the leaked HR report started to unravel.
Justin says that Blake was determined to make him the real-life villain in her story because she wasn't doing well on the promo tour for the movie. It was very tone-deaf. Her hair care line wasn't doing well. She was trying to sell booze while talking about domestic violence. Justin says the war between himself and Blake really started in May 2023 when they started shooting the movie. He claims that she was organizing a takeover strategy.
The leaked documents intended to bury Baldoni instead began to bury Blake Lively. The spotlight shifted from Baldoni's alleged misconduct to Lively's potentially unethical and even illegal tactics. Leaking confidential HR reports is a dangerous game, a breach of privacy and workplace confidentiality that carries serious consequences. Legal experts weighed in, highlighting the potential for lawsuits, industry blacklisting, and even criminal charges if the documents were proven to be fabricated or deliberately leaked.
In Blake's first amended complaint, Blake changed what she alleges about what happened while filming the slow dance scene, now that the footage has been released for everyone to see. So what they're saying is, now that, Justin Baldoni shared the truth of what it looks like, they're no longer making the same claims. Previously, they said Miss Lively was filming a slow dance scene for a montage in which no sound was recorded. Of course, Justin proved there was sound. Mr. Baldoni chose to let the camera roll and have them perform the scene, but did not act in character as Ryle. Instead, he spoke to Miss Lively out of character as himself.
Suddenly, Lively, who had positioned herself as the victim, found herself facing accusations of evidence tampering and bad faith tactics. The narrative flipped. Instead of exposing Baldoni, the leak exposed Lively's desperation, her willingness to cross ethical lines, and her potential involvement in a calculated smear campaign. What was intended as a strategic maneuver to bolster her legal case and damage Baldoni's reputation had spectacularly backfired, landing squarely in her own lap and threatening to engulf her career in scandal.
He claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it. I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully. That Justin Baldoni, ultimately, by the time they got to the premiere, was mandated by Blake Lively to spend the night in the basement away from his co-stars and didn't even get to see the final cut of his own movie because Blake Lively insisted that she be the one to approve it.
Justin Baldoni, far from being defeated, emerged from the scandal stronger than ever. Armed with Sony's denial and mounting evidence of manipulation, he launched a powerful counterattack. His legal team, led by Brian Friedman, publicly questioned the authenticity of the leaked documents and vowed to hold those responsible accountable. Baldoni himself, maintaining his innocence from the outset, refused to be a scapegoat. He didn't engage in a tit-for-tat leak war. Instead, he took the high road of legal action, initiating a massive countersuit against Blake Lively and, shockingly, Ryan Reynolds.
Blake Lively accused It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni of and retaliation. Lively's complaint accuses Baldoni, who is also the film's director, of creating a hostile work environment and trying to ruin her reputation after she expressed her concerns.
This wasn't just a defense. It was a full-scale offensive, a declaration of war that sent a clear message. Baldoni would not be intimidated, and he would fight to clear his name and expose the truth. The countersuit, a staggering $400 million defamation and civil extortion claim, accused Lively and Reynolds of attempting to destroy his reputation through false allegations and heavy-handed tactics. The legal battle escalated to unprecedented heights, transforming from a workplace dispute into a Hollywood showdown of epic proportions. So as this Hollywood feud rages on, we are left to ponder the true cost of ambition.